Good morning and welcome to day 17 of Vlogmas. I got a little bit of a late start this morning. I haven't showered yet, but I have been to the store already because I woke up and remembered that I do not have any cream for coffee. So luckily I'd already made up an entire grocery list yesterday, so I just went and picked up all the things that I needed at the grocery store. So, you know, getting ahead. But I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys my grocery haul, you know, because I know I've done that before, and you can hear the coffee finishing up. That seems to be the persistent background noise of my intros. But let me flip the camera around and I'll show you guys what I picked up at the store. It doesn't look like much, but this was the entirety of my grocery shopping trip. Here is the heavy cream that I said I needed. I also really needed shampoo because I'm completely out. And then, yeah, this is it, which makes it look like I'm not eating at all this next week, but I assure you I am. I'm trying to eat up a whole bunch of stuff that I already have in the apartment. So I already have a whole bunch of like chicken leg quarters and ground pork and a couple pieces of bacon and some leftover sausages and some stuff like that that was in the freezer, which is now in the fridge, that this is going to go with. So rest assured, I am going to be actually eating food, but I figured since I'm going away for the holidays, I should eat up the food that's already in my apartment, one, to save money, and two, just in case like the power goes out while I'm gone. That way there won't be a whole bunch of meat sitting in the apartment to go bad. So yeah, but as you can hear, my coffee is done. So I'm gonna drink some coffee, do a little bit of knitting, and then tackle my to-do list for the day. So I will see you guys then. I just brought my dotted rays in to work on at my desk and, you know, kind of plopped it on top of my desk, and I thought I would go ahead and show you guys sort of how it's looking so far with the blending the colors. And it's coming out a little bit oversaturated, but this does give a little bit of an idea. So this is the first color, the first skein, which was the lightest, and then this marks where I started blending in the second skein, which was like the next sort of more saturated, and then this tail is where I stopped blending the second skein, and then this tail is where I started blending in the third skein. So you can sort of, if I back it up, you can sort of see that blend of colors, and I think it just looks amazing, and I am super proud of it and just super, super excited. Okay, so I am catching up on some old Vlogmas episodes. This is Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk. And she mentioned, granted this is really old, but she mentioned, you know, Mercury being in retrograde and all of that. And I know I've heard people talking about that lately. And I thought I would take a moment to explain what that actually means, because I know a lot of people read that in their horoscope or something and they're like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, crazy things are happening. But I actually taught my astronomy students about this semester, so I thought I would show you guys what that means. So this white ball, that's Earth orbiting around the sun. So then we have Mercury and Venus on the inside here. And basically what it means for a planet to be in retrograde means that from our perspective, it seems to be moving backward in the sky, right? So we can see Mercury in the night sky. And like right now, Earth is going this way, Mercury's going that way, right? So when Mercury comes around this way, now from our perspective, it's moving back in the opposite direction. And that's what it means for a planet to be in retrograde, right? So right now, Mercury and Earth are moving in the same direction. So we see it moving across the sky in a direction that seems to make sense. Now Mercury goes back around, and now it seems to be moving backwards from our point of view. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So when it's basically when it's on the same side of the sun as the Earth, it seems to be moving in the same direction as the Earth. When it goes around to the opposite side of the sun than the Earth, then it seems to be moving backwards in the sky. So when we view it in the sky, it seems to kind of loop back on itself over time. And that's all it means for a planet to be in retrograde. And the only reason this happens is just because other planets orbit the sun at a different rate than we do, right? Obviously, we go around the sun once per year because we've defined a year to be the amount of time that it takes us to go around the sun, but other planets in other orbits don't orbit at the same speed as us. So every so often they will sort of lap us in their trip around the sun, and that's what creates retrograde motion. Or actually for the planets further out, like I think this is Mars, and then, you know, the other planets are further out. For some of the further out planets, we lap them going around the sun. So we still see them in retrograde, but that's because we now have moved to the other side of the sun rather than them. But yeah, that's what it means for a planet to be in retrograde, astronomically speaking. Astrologically speaking, I can't speak to that, but astronomically speaking, that's what it means for a planet to be in retrograde. Hello! So, obviously I have ventured out into the world again today. I just had like a lot of little things that I had to go grab at like various different stores. So I'm doing that, and the weather is actually surprisingly nice today because it's so sunny. It's warmer than you'd think it would be. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I've already hit up Target, and then I'm on my way back over. I want to go to Old Navy and AC Moore and Ross. So yeah, I had a request to take you guys through AC Moore since it's not like a super common craft store. I'd actually never seen one until I moved here. So I will do my best to kind of give you guys a little tour when I get there, just to show you what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty similar to most other craft stores, but hey, novelty is novelty. But yeah, otherwise I will probably check back in with you guys once I get home. Hey guys, so it has been a lot of day since I talked to you last, because I think the last thing I recorded was the clip inside of AC Moore, and let's see if I can actually get a little bit better lighting. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so I got home from that, and then I spent all afternoon doing adulty things. What did I do? I had to wrap a bunch of Christmas presents, and then I went to the post office and mailed them and did all of that. So now those, well, I mean, it's out of my hands now whether they get there in time or not. So I did that, and then I've been doing some food prep. So I cooked up a whole bunch of stuff that needed to get cooked up, and I just got done eating dinner, and I think I'm calling it a day. Yeah, I'm trying to even, I'm just like, I'm so tired. According, I don't, oh my gosh, let me, okay, how many, I have walked 11,973 steps today. So I am just exhausted, and I want to just spend a little bit of time knitting, and just hanging out. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's vlog. Sorry, it might have been a little bit of a boring one or like a little bit of a weird one because I just forgot to film a lot of my day, but the stuff I didn't film was not interesting. It was like, you know, admin stuff of my life, stuff that needed to get done, but just not stuff that's interesting to watch. So yeah, and I know I didn't show you guys my Advent socks because it turns out I actually forgot my Advent socks at work. So I don't even have them here. So maybe I'll go up tomorrow and grab them and work on them a little bit. But yeah, that just wasn't going to happen today. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.